24. Continuing our freebie New Jersey Transit escapades. Looking at this board here in Newark Penn Station. As you can see, it's 8:45 a.m. And you can see a lot of delayed trains popping up here. Apparently they have one of the Hudson River tunnels into New York shut down for maintenance. It's creating all these delays. It's kind of interesting to watch this thing in action. One of the few Solari boards, if you want to call it that. Still in service. Look at this. The A13 to Trenton is due in 6 minutes, and it's implying 8:52, so you can see the severity of the delays out of New York. Train 141 to Norfolk due at 8:40 is not coming in until like 8:55. Just interesting to see this thing in action.
It's a lady who comes to me, right? You want to get
The guy who's operating that is earning his money today. Yeah, this cloudy day, it's a lot cooler than yesterday. Tolerable. This is the magnificent old Lackawanna Broad Street Newark station, built in 1905. And we're going to explore the Newark Light Rail system today. We're going to start here at Broad Street, Newark. The extension to this location opened in 2006. It originally ran from Penn Station on up to Grove Street. That was a car bound for Penn Station, Newark. In the background, you heard an AA2 horn built by Westinghouse for an RMU coming into the station heading for Gladstone. Here we have a train coming into Broad Street. Some idiot was parked on the track, blocking his access. These are the same types of cars that the Hudson Bergen Light Rail uses, but there are slight modifications to the trucks due to the rail that's being used. It's a busy place upstairs. I've only been here a few minutes. I've seen 4 trains go by. That's the old Lackawanna Railroad up there, the Morristown line. Morrison. This sounds like he has a diesel on the back. FH2 in Metro North colors. Probably came from some point west of Dover. Inbound to Broad Street. Here, heading towards Penn Station, the tracks split. They're not too far apart though. Then they come back together by NJ Performing Arts Center. These old Lackawanna depots were built to last forever, it seems. They're like mighty fortresses. And we detrained at Washington Park, otherwise known, that's what it's called, Harriet Tubman Station. She was a political activist and an abolitionist, one of America's heroes. Right across from the Harriet Tubman Square Station is the North Reformed Church. It was built in 1857. This is Washington Park, right by the station. Section of Newark, New Jersey. Here we have a Penn Station bound car about to make a left turn on Lombardy Street with some imposing architecture in the background. This is the New Jersey Performing Arts Center station, just before it goes into the tunnel headed to Penn Station. This extension up to Broad Street is only about 1.5 miles long. Oddly, on weekdays during off hours they run every 30 minutes, but on the weekends they run every 20 minutes. We have a Broad Street bound train coming in. Here at the NJT station, they have these plaques on the ground in the cement of New Jersey-born celebrities. John Travolta, born in Englewood, 1954. Sarah Vaughan, born in Newark, 1924. Danny DeVito, born in Neptune in 1944. Meryl Streep, born in Summit, 1949. Ernie Kovacs, born in Trenton, 1919. The Boss, Bruce Springsteen, born in Freehold, 1949. Just arrived back in Newark Penn Station. This guy's going to loop around and head back out to Broad Street. You can hear him squealing around the curves here. Name for this station. And we're back downstairs at Penn Station. This station kind of reminds me of some of the subway surface trolley stations in Philadelphia. Comes a train looping around heading in to pick up his outbound passengers. Off to Grove Street. Trains on this section of track from Newark Penn to Grove run every 10 minutes. hear the next car squealing around the loop here. We'll board this guy and we'll take a tour of this line up to Grove Street. Services every 10 minutes and parts of it are rather scenic, traversing alongside Brook Park. I remember years ago hearing the PCC cars squealing around that loop. They got those PCC cars in 1954 from Twin City Rapid Transit, and they ran until 2001. Several of them are still in service on the Muni F line in San Francisco, and I saw several of them. And one of them is painted in the Newark City Subway livery. Train at the next stop, Military Park. Inbound to Penn Station. And here comes an outbound in Military Park. You won't have to wait long on this section of the line. I'm not the only rail fan in here. He's wearing a Boston and Maine t-shirt. And this is the next stop, Washington Street. Boston and Maine Minuteman rail fan didn't get off here. We have an outbound car arriving Washington Street. This station seems to be a meeting place for these trains. next stop at Warren Street, New Jersey Institute of Technology, the last underground station, mercifully. You can see he's emerging into the daylight. Compared to the other stations on the Newark Light Rail, this has a rather short platform. Comes an inbound car. This station is located inside within a backward S-curve. Norfolk Street, the next stop, outdoors. That's an inbound car. You get some nice elevated vantage points here. And here we have an outbound train arriving Norfolk Street. Here comes an inbound train. Street, the only grade crossing on this line. You heard an air horn. The Morrison-Essex Morristown line of New Jersey Transit goes underneath right there. There it is right there. Not easy to get a clean shot of it from here though. Inbound from west of Dover, no doubt. Gotta kill these suckers. Here's an outbound car about to cross over Orange Street. overzealous Avon salesman ringing the doorbell. Comes an inbound car. Gonna stop for the crossing. When that line on the pole becomes vertical, he'll be able to go. Should change now. An inbound. The train at the next stop at Park Avenue. For several stations, this line parallels Branch Brook Park. Not to be confused with the Manhattan Park Avenue. Inbound. Evidently, this station is split up. The inbound platform is beyond that overpass. Hey, this is Bloomfield Avenue. Yeah, Bloomfield Avenue is about the nicest station I've seen on this line thus far. It's right next to Branch Brook Park, which runs alongside the rails for quite a distance. And this is part of the park. Here's an outbound car. Get a good vantage point from up here on this stairwell. An inbound at Bloomfield Avenue. Approaching is an outbound car. He has to stop for the crosswalk when he leaves. Here's an inbound car at Bloomfield Avenue. This Newark Light Rail, like the Hudson-Bergen Light Rail with this New Jersey Transit amnesty, makes it a hell of a lot easier to rail fan this. Normally you would need to get a ticket that's good for like 2 hours, and all the platforms are fare paid zones, and you got to punch in, punch out, make sure that you don't stay too long, otherwise you could be fined. But today, this week, just hop on, hop off anytime, anywhere, no problem. Here comes an inbound. The next stop, Davenport Avenue, still alongside Brook Park. This looks like a nice station to shoot too. And this is right alongside Brook Park also. Well, this is by far the nicest station on the line. It's in a scenic setting, nice curve, got some good vantage points, a crosswalk so you don't have to climb steps, no overpass. Outbound. An inbound. Those trains can really move around here. Here comes an outbound, about to stop at Davenport Avenue. Yeah, this is clearly the most scenic station on the line. I rode on this on a PCC years ago in the fall. It was beautiful here. Inbound. Okay, we're at Brook Park. Up until 2006, this was the end of the line for the light rail. It was actually called the Newark City Subway up until 2001 when they retired the PCCs. Then they rebranded it the Newark Light Rail. 2006, it was extended to Grove Street. Years ago when the PCCs ran on this line, they had a turning loop here. Here comes an inbound approaching Brook Park. Comes an outbound approaching Brook Park Station. Got two more stops to his terminal at Grove Street, which is located in Belleville, New Jersey. They have to make safety stops at all the crosswalks. We have an inbound coming to pick up passengers at Brook Park. hop on this and go to the next stop at Silver Lake. Here we have a Grove Street train stopped at Franklin Street prior to arriving at Silver Lake. The other crossing on the opposite end of the station is Belmont Avenue. Comes a Newark bound train. This is as far as I'm going to go. The next stop is the Grove Street Terminal. And a very entertaining trip along this line. This is Silver Lake, and Orange Street was not the only grade crossing on this line. In fact, there's one just past Brook Park. And there's a crossing at the Newark end of the station too.